Geography of Ancient Rome. Read aloud. The countryside round here is very beautiful. The broad, spreading plain is ringed by mountains, their summits topped by ancient woods of tall timber. Below these, the vineyards extend on every side, weaving their uniform pattern far and wide. Then come the meadows and grain fields, which can only be broken by huge oxen and the most powerful plows. A Roman named Pliny the Younger wrote these words in a letter to a friend almost 2,000 years ago. As you will see, they describe the land around ancient Rome very well. The big picture. Around 700 BC, people from Sparta and other city-states began leaving Greece to start new colonies in other parts of the Mediterranean region. Many sailed west to the present-day Italy, where the land was rich and fertile. There, the Greek colonists settled among several groups of peoples who spoke different languages and followed different customs. The communities shared in their common ways of making a living from the land. While Sparta and Athens rose to power in Greece, another city was growing strong in Italy. That city was Rome. In time, Rome would unify all of Italy's many communities under its rule and eventually conquer Greece itself. A boot into the sea. The Italian peninsula is part of the European continent. It juts out into the Mediterranean Sea like a kicking boot. Find the toe of the boot on the map on this page. The toe of the boot is right here. The island to the west of the toe is called Sicily. It was a popular destination for ancient Greek colonists because of its rich farmland. Mountains of Italy. At the northern border of present-day Italy stand the craggy Alps. The Alps are Europe's highest mountain range. Do you remember how the Himalayas separate the Indian subcontinent from the rest of Asia? The Alps wall off the Italian peninsula from the rest of Europe in a similar way. Another mountain range has had an even greater effect on life in Italy. The Apennine Mountains form a giant backbone through the Italian peninsula. Their towering height makes it difficult to travel across the peninsula. The Apennines also lack rich soil, so there is more sheep herding than farming on the mountainsides. Fertile plains. Italy, like Greece, has much mountainous land. Also, like Greece, Italy has a number of fertile plains. One important plain, Latium, is located on the west corner of central Italy. The Tiber River runs through the center of this plain. Archaeologists have found remains of ancient communities on the Latium plain that date back about 3,000 years. Eventually, a great city called Rome would also arise on the plain along the Tiber River. A city along the Tiber. Today, Rome is a large modern city beside the Tiber River on the northern edge of the Latium plain. Rome was also a great city over 2,000 years ago. How did this city come into being? The legend of Romulus and Remus. According to Roman legend, a king ruled a small city near the Tiber River over 2,700 years ago. His younger brother overthrew him and drove away the rest of the royal family. Later, the older brother's daughter gave birth to twin boys, Romulus and Remus. The new king was afraid these boys would try to claim the throne. He gave orders to throw the twins into the flooded Tiber River. This was done, but miraculously the boys did not drown. They were both washed up on a hilltop where a wolf happened along and rescued them. The story goes on to say that a shepherd came upon the wolf's den and took the boys home. Romulus and Remus grew up to be strong and brave. In the end, they helped their grandfather become king again. Then, Romulus and Remus founded a new city on the hill where they had been rescued. The two brothers fought over the naming of the city, and Romulus killed Remus. The city was named Rome after its first king, Romulus. City of Seven Hills. The story of Romulus and Remus is a legend. There are, however, many good reasons why Rome grew where it did. First, as Rome developed, it expanded across 7 hills. These hills helped to protect the city from attack. Second, the Tiber River made a fine highway for travel between the mountains and the Mediterranean coast. Boats brought goods from faraway seaports as well as news from communities upriver. Last but not least, the Latium plain was surrounded by inactive volcanoes. Ash from earlier eruptions had created a thin but rich soil. As a result, farmers were able to produce large surpluses on the Latium plain. Latium farmers grew wheat to make bread. They also grew beans, cabbage, and lettuce, as well as figs and other fruits. Perhaps most important were the grapes they raised to make wine. Grapevines grow best in rocky soil, and Italy had plenty of that. Wine sold well in the marketplace. Most people drank watered-down wine at mealtimes. People poured wine into cuts and wounds to help them heal. In time, Italy's fine wines became one of the peninsula's most valued trade goods. Peoples of the peninsula. Before the founding of Rome, there were other peoples who developed civilizations in Italy. One group, called the Etruscans, settled on the plain northwest of the Tiber River. Find this plain, called Etruria, on the map on page 225. Around 575 BC, the Etruscan army conquered much of the Italian peninsula, including Rome. Etruscan kings led the city to victory over many of its neighbors in Latium. However, in about 509 BC, the leading families of Rome overthrew their Etruscan king. Why it matters. During the period of Etruscan rule, Rome continued to grow and develop. However, the people of the small city on the Tiber River could not have known what the future would hold. As you will soon see, Rome would one day become the center of a mighty empire. Roman laws, language, and achievements would affect not only all of Italy, but in time, much of the world. Reviewing facts and ideas, main ideas. At the base of Italy's two mountain ranges, the Alps and the Apennines, lie fertile regions such as the Latium Plain. Italy's fertile plains were well used by local farmers as well as colonists from ancient Greece. The city of Rome was founded on 7 hills. They helped to protect it from attack. The nearby Latium Plain provided fertile farmland. Etruscan kings ruled Rome and other regions of Italy before being overthrown by Romans in 509 BC. Think about it. Number 1. Why did grapes become an important crop in ancient Italy? Number 2. How did Rome come to be founded according to legend? What role does geography play in this story? Number 3. Focus. Why was the location of Rome a good place for a city? Number 4. Thinking skill. What were the causes of farmers' success at growing grapevines in Italy? Number 5. Geography. How did the mountains of Italy affect communication and transportation?